Most people will live and die with 90% of their potential still locked inside them. And it is not because they are lazy or not because they are unlucky or not smart, but simply because they never face themselves. If you listen carefully and implement any one of the steps into your life, then I can guarantee that you will see a drastic change, a drastic improvement in your life. And I'm not going to give you any kind of fufu advices. So if you think that this video is a clickbait, then you can skip it. But if you want to learn something, then you should stick around because I will give you the 4 steps on how you can unlock your full potential. You cannot grow if you don't know who you are as a person, and it is not just about your identity or your name, but self-awareness is knowing your strength and realizing what you are capable of, your strength, your weaknesses, your emotions, your passion, and your values. There are 2 layers of self-awareness. The first one is the internal self-awareness, which is how will you understand yourself, how will you understand your emotion, your strength, your values. And the second one is external self-awareness. How will you understand how other people perceive you, how will you understand how the other person experience you. See, usually what we think we are differs from what other people perceive us. Say, you might think that you are confident, but other people may see you as arrogant. You might think that you are being straightforward, but other people may look at you and think that you are a rude person. Bear in mind, it is not about pleasing other people, but it is understanding how they perceive you. You might think that you are very well aware about your own emotion, but you might lack to notice how it affects the other person. The reason why self-awareness is very important is because when you are aware about your own emotion, about your strength, your weaknesses, your passion, and your values, you understand, you stop making excuses, and you stop trying to impress other people. You begin to understand that, okay, this is what I am good at, and this is what I'm not good at. This is my strength, and this is my weaknesses. You begin to understand that. You begin to understand when you say certain things, people react in a certain way. You begin to understand that. Therefore, if you truly want to unlock your full potential, you need to understand both yourself and how other people experience you. And don't just take my words. There is a research which was conducted on this particular topic, and they have found out that people with high level of self-awareness tends to perform much better at work. They build a stronger relationship, and most importantly, they have lower level of stress and anxiety. There you go. Now the question is, how can you build a self-awareness? How can you build extreme self-awareness? Number 1, you need to ask feedbacks from people who are close to you, like your friends, your family. And the second one is, observe how other people react to you. When you say certain things, observe other people and see if they misinterpret your words, your intention, or they keep quiet and listen to what you are saying. Observe that. The third one is, study yourself without judgment. It means that you need to evaluate yourself with grace and compassion. Let's say you are planning to work on your field, or you are planning to study for your exam, but instead of studying and working, you are just scrolling on your mobile phone for hours, for 3-4 hours. Most people will react with, oh shit, I'm so lazy, I don't even have the time to study, I don't even work, I'm so lazy, I cannot do anything in life. Most people will react negatively. But when you treat yourself, when you evaluate yourself without judgment, you will begin to ask yourself, okay, it is interesting because I have to do the work, I have to study, but instead I have been scrolling on my phone. What is the reason? Why am I doing that? Is it because I am lazy, or is it because the work is very big for me that I have ignored it? Ask yourself that question. And when you ask yourself those kind of questions, when you evaluate yourself with grace and compassion, you will begin to understand the pattern, and it will become easy for you to change. Remember, you don't have to change yourself for everyone, but understanding how you are perceived by other people gives you the power to build a relationship, to build a stronger relationship with other people. If you wake up every morning with the mindset that I will become better every single day, then success will be yours, my friend. Most people want to become better, they want to grow, but they don't know what it takes to become better and grow. They think that they can just become better by staying in the comfort zone, by staying in the compartment, in the small tiny compartment. They think that. But if you truly want to unlock your full potential, then you need to develop a student's mindset. And what does a student's mindset mean? A student's mindset means you need to be willing, you need to be eager to learn new things. You need to be teachable. You need to be willing to take up challenges, and you need to be willing to face failure and make mistakes. You need to be able to learn new things. You need to be willing to do that. That is a student's mindset. And there have been a study which was conducted at the Stanford University. So they wanted to find out what makes people to improve over time. So in this research, in this study, they have found out that there are two types of mindset. One is the fixed mindset and the other one is the growth mindset. So in this fixed mindset, there's a group of people, a group of students, which thinks that they cannot become successful and they have very low self-esteem. They think that in order for you to become successful, you must be lucky. You have to be lucky. And they also avoid failure and they just quickly give up after they fail once or twice. And they never learn from their mistakes. But the growth mindset, this group of students, they are willing, they are eager to take up challenges. And they have this mindset that they wanted to learn new things. They wanted to accomplish every single opportunities. They wanted to grab every single opportunities. This group of mindset believes that even if they fail, they can succeed. And by the end of this research, they have found out that as students with the growth mindset tends to perform much better than any other group in whatever tasks they are assigned. So if you want to shift your mindset from fixed to growth, here is what I want you to do. Instead of telling yourself that I cannot do this or I'm not good at this, tell yourself that okay, I'm not good at this, but how can I become better? How can I improve myself from this? Ask yourself that instead of saying that I will do it later or I will do it when the time is right, tell yourself that I will do it now. Even if I'm not ready, even if I'm not perfect, I will do it now and I will learn on the process. Tell yourself that, and when you convince yourself to do that over a period of time, you will become obsessed with growth. And when you become obsessed with growth, you will begin to view life from a different perspective. You will see life in a different perspective. You will begin to notice every single opportunities, and while other people are procrastinating, while other people are making excuses, you will become successful. Social media is like a sugar. A little can be fine, but too much can kill your focus. The problem with excessive social media usage is that this platform, especially short form content like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, it makes you release crazy amount of dopamines. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that makes you feel good when you do something rewarding. The more dopamine you produce, the higher amount it requires the next time for you to satisfy yourself. And especially with social media, it can easily become a distraction because the more you use it, the more addictive it becomes. And I'm not saying that you need to quit social media, but what I'm trying to say is you need to limit the usage of social media because honestly, if you know how to use it correctly, it can benefit you. And you can even make money out of it. It is all about how you use it. So the next time when you are watching something, ask yourself, why am I watching this? And does it benefit me in any way, shape or form? There is also a research which was conducted at the University of Pennsylvania in 2018, where they asked the students to limit their social media usage to 30 minutes per day. And just within 1 week, the students began to show a positive result. So majority of the students perform much better in the academic, and they also show lower rate of depression and stress. And most importantly, there was an increase in self-esteem in almost 90% of the students. Remember, I'm saying this, social media isn't just an app, it is a dopamine factory. It is designed to keep you distracted. So set your timer and keep your phone down and go out, create a life, build your life, because the best moment of your life is not going to happen on a screen. You will become like the people whom you spend the most time with. And this is not a quote, it is a psychological truth. If you hang out with 5 lazy people, you will become the 6th, vice versa. And you can ask me, why is that so? Why is that we become like the people whom you hang out with? It is because we human beings, we tend to absorb the energy and the mindset of the people around us. Do you still remember when you were young, your parents told you not to hang out with certain group of people? Right? They are cranky, don't hang out with them. Because they know. The reason why they tell you that is because they know that when you hang out with certain type of people, certain group of people, you will become like them. Influence na. They will not influence you. It is you yourself who is going to influence from them. You will get influenced by their habits and their mindset. You will get influenced by them. That is the power of influence. There is a quote which I have read somewhere. I cannot remember where I read it, but it goes like, there are people who are good to you, but it's not good for you. Now, what does it mean? It means that, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a friend, let's call him ChatGPT, let's call him Chat. In this scenario, you are building a business, you are trying to build something for yourself, which involves sleepless nights, hard work, learning new skills, and full-time dedication. Your friend Chad, who is really good to you, who really supports you, and he really he's a charming person and you love spending time with him. But the problem with your friend is that he's addicted to intoxicating substance and he always loves to party, which is why he always invites you for a late night party which involves drinking and staying out late. Chad, he's really good to you, but the reason why he is not good for you is because he is distracting you from the works that you need to do. It is good and you need to have friends like Chad. You need to have friends whom you can hang out with, do crazy things and laugh all the time. But it is much better that you have friends who push you, who challenge you to become better, who push you to go beyond your limits, beyond your boundaries, and do great things. It is much better to have those kind of friends. And I know it might be uncomfortable at first, but it will help you in the long run. It will help you to build your future. The reason why a lot of people don't chase big dreams is because they don't see anyone around them doing it. They don't see anyone around them talking about entrepreneurship, talking about building business and doing great things. That is why big dreams and big ideas becomes like impossible things for them. But when you surround yourself with successful people, big dreams and big ideas becomes just like a normal thing for you. It is like your brain goes from this is impossible, I cannot do this, to oh, this is really easy, and if I do this over a period of time, I can become good at this. You shift your mindset. So keep in mind, whom you surround yourself with is a reflection of who you will become. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys next time. And yeah, don't forget to share this video with your friends and families, with your loved ones who wants to become better, and let's build a community together.